Always a pleasure to get Canadian country stars rolling down the 401, taking time to wheel into Cool 100. Ryan Laird, welcome.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thanks for having us in.
Now, we were trying to figure it out off air when the last time you came in to see us was. A lot's happened in your career since, but for those who are maybe just being introduced to Ryan Laird, tell us a bit about your story because it's such a neat one.
Yeah, well, thanks. Well, I started going to Nashville about 7 years ago. I dropped out of music school in Toronto, and before that I was raised on a farm in Ferguson, Ontario, which is near Guelph, anyone that doesn't know where Fergus is. And so I was going to music school, and I decided I wanted to go check out Nashville, so I made a trip down and fell in love with the songwriting community and the whole country music business. So I ended up packing up my 95 Civic and guitar in the back of the car kind of thing and heading down south and with a dream sort of thing. And a few years went by, and I'd written a few hundred songs and had been really working at it down there, and decided it was about time that I kind of take my music to the public and try and get a record deal and everything. So that's easier said than done, though. So
Sure.
I ended up thinking what I needed to do was come up with a unique way to stand out from the pack. So I put this billboard up in Nashville to Taylor Swift, asking her to produce my album, and it was across from her record company office in Nashville, so I figured there'd be a good chance that she might see it, or some of her record label people would. So sure enough, they did see it, and she went on the news and gave me an endorsement after she checked out my music and stuff. And from there on, it kind of just led to me getting a bunch of interviews and getting some attention to my music and stuff. And a few years passed since then, and I kept playing shows and writing new songs and recording, and I didn't get a record deal out of that, but it got me on the radar kind of, and after a little bit down the road, I did eventually get my deal and get the opportunity then to get my own songs out to radio and be touring and stuff like that. So
I guess it's a good weekend to make this analogy. You throwing that billboard up there down on Music Row is kind of like the Hail Mary pass, with this being Super Bowl weekend, but you're really putting yourself out there pulling a trick like that.
Yeah, I knew it was a high risk kind of thing to do, but I figured why not go all in? You gotta really go for it if you really want to achieve something in life, I think. So that's what I've done and what I continue to do, and so here I am still touring away, trying to spread the message and keep making new music and stuff. And I'm excited to be out on the road with George Canyon right now across Ontario. Here we're doing a tour, and they're real great guys to be out with.
You've got a couple of hits under your belt already, which are awesome songs.
Thank you very much.
Now, the last time I saw you was down in Hamilton at Canadian Country Music Week, and that's the first time I was able to see you on stage really do your thing. I had seen you play in this studio before, and I was blown away at the energy level on the stage.
I just get into it, I can't help it. I just start moving to the beat of the music, and the music takes over. It takes my body over.
Possessed by the music. Well, no, it really, really did take the song. In this case, it was I'm Your Man, to the next level. Yeah, well, I think doing a recording is one thing on a CD, and doing a live performance is a whole other thing. And every performance is different for me. You never know what you're going to get each night, kind of thing. And I do find though that I get especially with the batch of songs I have right now that I'm really happy with. I spent a lot of time, as I was saying, writing a lot of songs and trying to find ones that really I identify with. Right.
And I'm Your Man was definitely one of those, and She Was the One, my other single, and whatnot. And I just, when you get really passionate about they're kind of like my little babies, right? You create them and you write them, and then you go out and share them with the world.
Good. Well put.
So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so we got a lot to get to because you have been busy over the last few months, but you're going to play a song?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Awesome. What are we going to hear?
Well, I thought I could do a new song for you.
Happy to hear it.
Yeah, it's a song called Girl Crazy, and it's kind of a summery song, but I'm looking outside your window here. Now, you've got a great studio room here and a good view actually out here of the road, and but we don't have any snow.
So summer it is.
It's the middle of winter, so I guess it is kind of like an early summer in a way.
It really is. Awesome stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Laird.
The skies are getting bluer, grass is getting green. I should be opening shutters, mending window screens. Winter's finally over, summer's here. Daffodils are blooming, I'm walking through the park, Many skirts are everywhere. Oh, there goes my heart. Always seems to happen this time of year. Summer weather sure is something. Goodbye sweaters, hello next to nothing. I'm not getting any work done, but I'm not lazy. I'm just a boy gone, girl crazy. The yard could use some mowing, house could use some paint, stuff I should be doing, wonder why I ain't. I'm sitting on the front porch taking in the scenery. Here comes Mary Ellen, here comes Mary Jane. Well, hello there, ladies, how you doing today? I can't believe the view walking up and down my street. Summer weather sure is something. Goodbye sweaters, hello next to nothing. I'm not getting any work done, but I'm not lazy. I'm just a boy gone, girl crazy. And the next thing that you know, we'll all be going to the beach. Tank tops, flip-flops, that could be the end of me. Oh, the end of me. Yeah. Summer weather sure is something. Goodbye sweaters, hello next to nothing. I'm not getting any work done, but I'm not lazy. I'm just a boy gone, girl crazy. I'm not getting any work done, but I'm not lazy. I'm just a boy gone, girl crazy. Yeah.
Be an awesome campfire song, wouldn't it? Ryan Laird live in studio this afternoon again. Thank you for your time. You're on the road with George Canyon, the show Wednesday night in Cobourg. I know a lot of people from our listening area were heading down to check that out, and I'm sure they enjoyed. And it's Brockville tonight.
Yeah.
So, again, people in the other end of our listening area, certainly if they don't mind taking the trip.
Taking a little trip down there, yeah.
Go down that, grab some tickets. Now, again, it's easy for me to sit and say that you've had a great year, and you have. But the awards, the accolades, everything else, they're coming in to back it up, too. You've got the Canadian Radio Music Awards. I think you presented an award last year.
I did.
That you're now nominated in.
That's right. It's a funny, so you look ahead a year. I was presenting last year, and this year receiving the award. What an honor. And I was really excited just recently in the last few weeks when I heard that I was nominated in the country music category there. And yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's in March, the Canadian Radio Music Awards, and I think they're presented during Canadian Music Week.
They are.
In Toronto, so there'll be lots of great music going on that week around the city if any folks want to head into Toronto. And I got a funny little story I could tell you about the George Canyon tour. You were mentioning about Cobourg the other night after the show. So I played my set. I play about half an hour each night. I open up for George in these soft seat theater type venues. Mm-hmm. I play acoustically, and it's a good chance to tell the stories to the audience behind the songs, and kind of it's a real intimate kind of setting, you know.
Right.
And so I did the show, and I'm backstage after my show, and George is out with his band playing his set. And about halfway through his show, he calls me back out on stage. He says, where's Ryan Laird? Would he come on back out here? So I hear this from backstage, so I'm okay. I'm kind of surprised. I walk back out front on the stage, and he has a little miniature like a really little dinky miniature cowboy hat that he puts on my head and in front of the whole crowd, and he says to me, "Now, Ryan, as the opening act here, I don't know if you read the fine print on the contract or not." And I think he's BSing me on this, but
sure,
I'll have to go back and look. But he says, "I'd like you to do your best version of 'I'm a Little Teapot' in front of the whole crowd here, and you got to do it. The trick is you got to do it in your falsetto voice, which is the high part of the male voice." So, and he said, "And you got to keep redoing it until I'm satisfied that you've done a good enough job of it." So he made me sing this thing probably 5 or 10 times through the song in front of everybody. And it was kind of embarrassing, but it was a lot of good fun, too. And so they do a lot of little pranks on me that way when we're out on the road, and you never know what you're going to get each night.
And you know what? You never know when turnabout happens, right? When you pull the same trick on George someday.
Well, that's hopefully eventually I can get him back, yeah.
And also is a good lesson for everybody when we kind of blindly accept the terms when you're on the internet or something like that, or you're subscribing to something new. Yeah, of course I agree. Next thing you know, you're singing "I'm a Little Teapot."
Next thing, yeah. So I guess you got to read the fine print.
Hey, talk to us about CMT on the beach.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was down there with Dean Brody and Derek Rattan were down there as well, and we went for a week. CMT brings us down, and some contest winners come down. Some real nice families were with us this year from I think Toronto and Calgary areas, and we spent a week on the beach singing songs and having fun together, and of course a few margaritas get passed around along the way.
Sure.
The swim-up bar, all that stuff.
It's a long way to go not to have one.
It's a long way to go. Yeah, exactly. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's interesting that gets passed off, I guess, as work in the life of a live performer. Here's what we need you to do. You got to go down here and play tunes on the beach. Well, all right.
Sounds hard, right? Yeah. But, there's a lot of travel involved and stuff, but it is a lot of fun, and none of us would be in this if we didn't, I know I wouldn't anyway, if we didn't love what we do.
For sure.
So it's a long journey to be a singer-songwriter, but you know what? It's a lot of fun, too, and I know for myself, I'm real passionate about it, so it keeps you motivated and going. But, yeah, the CMT and the beach things are always part of those are the nice gigs to get, because you go down to Jamaica for a week and play music for some fans and friends, and then they put it on the TV, so it's all good.
I'm dying to hear some more of the new material because I think you've got a new CD coming out later this year.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we're in the studio right now working on the CD, so I'm real anxious as much as anyone to get it out there and get new music out. And that song I just played for you, "Girl Crazy," is going to be one of the songs. And who knows? Maybe it'll be a single in the summer. We'll see.
Hope it is. Now I'll tell you what. Why not have one more sneak peek?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. But basically, this song was inspired by a buddy of mine that he met this girl 2 weeks previously, and they started dating, and within 2 weeks they went off and got married.
Wow.
And I thought that was, her
name was Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that's right. Well, in that case, yeah, and then after 2 weeks they're divorced.
72 days later, it's all over?
It's all over. Yeah. But, so they went off and got married after 2 weeks, and I guess some think that's plain romantic. I thought it was a little crazy myself, so I decided to write a song about it.
Cool.
And it's one of the new ones called 2 Weeks In.
Awesome. Ryan Laird.
She's got eyes that'll cut like a knife right through the truth, and it changes your life, and the next thing you know, you wake up and you're walking her dog. And your favorite shirt turns into a gown. Your regrets and your fears are nowhere to be found. You catch yourself humming along to her favorite song. How can I explain just how deep I'm in? It's hard to say, where do I begin? She loves me like an umbrella loves rain. I like the devil loves a hurricane. Like a rock star loves fortune and fame. And I love her like a sinner loves sin. I like a dandelion loves the wind. We say it over and over and over again, and we're just 2 weeks in. My friends keep saying not to get too attached, 'cause we're just starting out, but it's too late for that, 'cause I fell down a bottomless well and I'm too far gone. We started this love at the speed of light. There was nothing to question and nothing to fight. It's light and it's right and it's sweet and it's solid and strong. You may not believe a love can grow so fast. Come and talk to me when 20 years have passed. She loves me like an umbrella loves rain, like the devil loves a hurricane, like a rock star loves fortune and fame. And I love her like a sinner loves sin, like a dandelion loves the wind. We say it over and over and over again, and we're just 2 weeks in. She loves me like an umbrella loves rain, like the devil loves a hurricane, like a rock star loves fortune and fame. And I love her like a sinner loves sin, like a dandelion loves the wind. We say it over and over and over again. We say it over and over and over again, and we're just 2 weeks in. And we're just 2 weeks in.
Awesome stuff. Cool. I love the guitar in that song.
Thank you. Yeah, I came up with this kind of jazzy sort of funky kind of guitar riff a while back, and then later on the idea for the song came after the story I told you with my buddy being 2 weeks into this marriage. So I thought sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I get a musical idea first, or sometimes I get a lyric idea first, or even just a title. But in that case, I had that funky kind of guitar chord riff.
Yeah, it was clear right away.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to try putting the 2 week song to it. So
nice, well done. I made the New Year's resolution. This is 2 years in a row that I've told myself and Al in the next room that I was going to learn to play guitar.
Yeah, man, you should learn it. Are you going to stick to it this year or what?
It's a great question, Ryan. Thanks. I'll do the questions here. No, that's my plan. But the question is, if I were going to start right now, what's the first thing I should do?
Well, that's a real good question. You know what I did was I learned some piano first. Because it's very, well, yeah. It's very visual, the instrument, right? And it teaches you kind of how chords are made up and on the notes and the scales and stuff like that. But if you don't have time to learn piano, then I would say, maybe go for a few lessons first so you get some of the basics down. But I think, if you just want to be able to play around the campfire and kind of play some songs and do that kind of thing, then there's some great chord books out there. You can learn some of the, the standard chords and stuff like that. And, there's so many songs that are, especially in country music, that are great songs that everybody can sing along to, and they've got 3 or 4 chords in them. And, I'm pretty confident that you'll be able to handle it.
All right, well, I feel additional pressure now to actually follow through, and I hope I do.
You know what, here's the thing. I hope that I get the chance to, and I'm sure we will at some point. I'll come back through here next time, and hopefully the goal will be that we can jam together.
Wow, have I ever got myself in deep now? My wife always told me my mouth was going to get me in trouble, and she was absolutely right.
Hey, sometimes
you know what? I hope so, too. That would be fun, and that might be the motivator I need, because it's not just a bet with the guy next door. I actually want to do it. I'd love to be able to play.
Well, it's a lot of fun. I've got a grandmother that... she's up in her high 80s now, and she still plays piano all the time. She played since she was a kid, and it's neat because it's not like some of the sports or something, I think, where you can enjoy it and do it for much of your life, but as you get older, it becomes harder to do. With music, I think it's something you can keep your whole life. So,
Ryan Laird, before we let you go, what's on the horizon tour-wise for you?
Well, after the George Canyon tour here, I've got some real exciting dates that I'm really looking forward to. When I got the call to do these, I was just absolutely floored. I'm going to be doing a few dates through Ontario in April with Alan Jackson.
I'm sorry, who?
Yeah, the Alan Jackson.
Well, congratulations, because they don't just, look through the yellow pages and find anybody to play with these guys, and the fact that... they chose Ryan Laird. That means something.
I'm real honored. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I was just they're going to be the biggest shows of my life, and I'm looking forward to them. I don't know if I'll get up there and freeze or not on the stage.
No, you won't. No, you won't. And I'll tell you what, they might be the biggest shows of your life too, not just in terms of crowd and level of talent you're opening for, but physically biggest. Alan Jackson's like 6'5", 6'6". When you say it might be the biggest show, I think you're right.
And I thought I was pretty. I'm about 6'4". I thought I was tall, but I think he's got me beat. I think he's a tall man, right? Well, just from what I hear, I haven't met him yet, but
you will, and he's a big boy. But I'll tell you what, again, not to distract from the fact that you're opening up for Alan Jackson. Now, these Ontario shows are where?
We're going to be April the 19th in Sudbury, the Sudbury Arena. On the 20th of April in London at the John Labatt Centre, and on the 21st of April at Copps Coliseum in Hamilton, where the CCMAs were this last year.
Good.
So, going to be real exciting. Going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really stoked about them.
Cool. Well, if people want details on that, I'm sure it's going to be on your website, and that we haven't popped yet either, ryanlaird.com.
Yeah, ryanlaird.com. I always put all my tour dates up there, and I'll try and keep it updated frequently with the new news and stuff, and I'm all on Facebook and Twitter as well. You and I are Facebook friends, of course.
Yes, we are. In fact, like I say, it's interesting how the social network, and the transfer of information was, again, on your Facebook feed that I saw all these dates with Canyon and the whole thing, and here we are having a chat today.
Here we are having a chat. Yeah, it's funny. The social networking just keeps us all connected that way.
Well, enjoy the show in Brockville tonight. Ryan Laird, thanks for this. It seems you got this whole thing on the right track to have the Ryan Laird train keep on chugging.
Well, I hope so. It makes life a lot easier with guys like yourself and Cool 100 here helping out to promote us Canadian talent and stuff. So I am privileged and thankful to be in here to do the interview.
Our pleasure, and we do believe the Canadian country is the best format in the world.
Right on.
And I'll tell anyone who will listen. You're always welcome here, Ryan Laird. Continued success and safe travels.
Thanks a lot.